So, Dave Meltzer, we got to talk about Uncle Dave yet again because now it's getting a little bit too personal for him. Apparently, his girlfriend does not like AEW, and that's got to hit home for him. Because if Meltzer's probably going, how can you not like all these flippy dippies, dippy doo doos, and all this? How can you not like this? But maybe Dave Meltzer's girlfriend, who is it's not the woman you're seeing in this picture. The woman in this picture right here is Dave Meltzer's ex-wife. So apparently he got divorced from her. Okay, but maybe she got sick and tired of him not cleaning up his office. That's what happened. I guarantee you that's what happened. She walked into Dave Meltzer's office one day and was like, I don't even know where to begin. I'm just gonna leave. And she walked out. Walked out on Meltzer. Walked out on their two kids, which their kids are grown, but still, she left Dave because she got sick of Dave in his messy office. But his new girlfriend apparently likes The Office, but she doesn't like AEW Dynamite. Here's a clip from Dave Meltzer describing his girlfriend and him watching Dynamite last night.
Watching with my girlfriend, and she's been to some of the shows, but she doesn't watch the TV because she usually is going to be working on Wednesday nights and everything. But we decided we were going to watch together, and it's probably been like, I couldn't tell you how long since we watched the show together. Probably a year plus. And late in the show, I wasn't really talking. I'm just busy writing. She goes, "I'm kind of underwhelmed by this." Okay, and then it's just like. This was. I mean, it's like she said something, and I was thinking it, but she said it, and it's just basically, it's like, boy, since I last watched the show, they have so many old people on this show. And he goes, "Don't get me wrong, it's like we're old," and then she goes like, "But these guys are like almost our age, and I give them credit; they're in great shape, and their wrestling is good, but they're so old." And it's like, you don't even know the half of it. The half of the older people weren't even on the show tonight, but that's the big takeaway. I mean, it's my big takeaway watching it again, as it was, when, what was it? The show it was last week or Collision or something.
It was last week.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Dave Meltzer's own girlfriend doesn't even like it. Says there's too many old people on the show. Everybody on this show is old. And I tend to agree. They put the Kenny Omega with Mr. Bruv, daggone Will Ospreay. They put that whole little angle on first. And then they put in the main event Jon Moxley and Adam Copeland. I'm not calling him Cope. I'll go back to calling him Edge before I call him Cope. Every time I hear the words Cope, I think of that Scope mouthwash. So I'm not going to call him Cope. It's Adam Copeland. And what I was sitting here thinking is, do they not have any homegrown talent in this promotion? They've been around 5 years, over 5 years, and we don't have a single piece of homegrown talent at the top of this promotion. They had Will Hobbs, but they pretty much told you he's never winning the belt. They have Darby, but Darby's too busy trying to kill himself and climb Mount Everest. Who else? MJF? MJF is the only piece of homegrown talent that they really have in that company. And they've squandered him. He's gone about as daggone stale as yesterday's bread. So all you have is the ex-New Japan guys who made their bones in New Japan, and everybody watching AEW, or everybody who's still watching AEW, knows it. And you got Moxley and Edge, who are two ex-WWE guys, and everybody knows it. But Dave Meltzer's girl, and Dave, what's with your girlfriend working Wednesday nights? What does she do? Was she a cab driver, waitress? Not that there's anything wrong with being a cab driver or a waitress, but I thought Dave Meltzer would make enough money to where that girlfriend of his doesn't have to work nights anymore. I mean, that's unless she chooses to work nights. Was she a nurse? Maybe she's a nurse. Maybe she's a nurse. Nurse Meltzer's girlfriend's maybe a nurse. But anyway, they haven't watched AEW Dynamite together in over a year. And the one time she does, what a difference a year makes, huh? Believe me, honey, we've been watching the decline of this for the last daggone 5 years, ever since it started. Maybe you ought to, it makes me wonder. Maybe you ought to read your boyfriend's newsletter that he makes a living off of. That just goes to show you she does not give two shits about Meltzer's job. She probably thinks Meltzer's job is a joke, this girlfriend. What do you do for a living, Dave? I make, I go to wrestling shows, and I essentially kiss the talent's ass to where they befriend me and give me information, and I write it in basically pro wrestling's version of the National Enquirer. Can you imagine having, I when when I met my wife, I told her from day one, I watch pro wrestling. It's always going to be a part of my life. I don't. Pro wrestling is like, I look at pro wrestling how most men look at football. And I've watched wrestling every single Monday night since her and I got together, and she knows it's a big part of my life. But I mean, and she'll look at it half the time and critique it like I do. But how fitting is it that Dave Meltzer got a girlfriend, and Dave Meltzer's girlfriend does not like this promotion? The promotion that Dave thought was going to save the business, the promotion that Dave's friends are in, a promotion. If I was the girlfriend, I'd be looking at him going, "You talked to the owner of this thing, right?" "Yeah." "Why don't you call him up and tell him that everybody's old and that the booking stinks and nothing makes sense?" Now, and that they need homegrown talent. I will tell you that the Osprey Omega thing was good this week. I liked it. It made sense of what they've been doing, as did the Moxley and Adam Copeland thing. It made sense compared to what they're doing. Nice continuation of the storylines. But again, those two storylines that actually made sense. One is made out of people from New Japan. It's a New Japan storyline, holdover storyline. And the other one is a bunch of ex WWE guys. So Dave Meltzer's girlfriend, whatever your name is, I salute you, ma'am. I salute you. And if I were you, I would never ever want to watch AEW again. And I would tell your boyfriend there, Uncle Dave. Everybody calls your boyfriend Uncle Dave. Sound like Trump. Uncle Dave. We like Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave's pretty good. Anyway, no. But I mean, I would tell your boyfriend, Uncle Dave, that I never want to watch AEW again. And that next time, tell him to put on a replay of Raw, and that makes a little bit more sense than what you've been watching. Or if I were you, please, for the life of us, could you please throw him some nookie while AEW is going on, so that we wouldn't have to hear him put up with the put over the AEW bullshit over and over and over. Maybe on these Wednesday hotlines, or maybe in these newsletter reports, he could put that he got laid last night, so he missed a show. So who knows? But yeah, Dave Meltzer's girlfriend, we salute you, and we'll see you down the road.